Hello YouTube, here's a small update on my keyboard, the Redragon. It's still working, it's still good. I keep it clean. I use a little brush for it and some rubbing alcohol mixed with a little bit of water. So when I get a sticky key, I can do two things, man. Like what I normally do, and I do this every week or a couple times in a week. I just go with the brush between every keys from left to right, wipe it off from right to left, wipe it out from bottom to top, also wipe, and you can see there is a little bit of dirt, I guess. So we're going from right all the way to the left side, and you can see from left to right it's clean. Right now my keyboard is actually quite clean. Even if you look between the keys, there's not much stuff because I keep it clean. Well, this is one part of cleaning. The second part, I lost the tool, so I'm doing it with a little scissor. What I do when I clean my keyboard in its totally, I just make sure all the buttons got loose because I do it with a little scissor. It could be that this edge gets a little bit crusty at some point, but the keys are really sturdy, man. I already did it a couple times, and as you can see, the edge is still very neat, very tight. There's nothing really that you see a lot of damage or something. So the key is really sturdy. If you get sticky key and you end up with this and you press it in and it stays there and it doesn't come out, just for an example, what you do is you can see a little bit of, like, if you watch closely over here on the right side, you see a little bit of dots that is still a little bit sticky from I think I spilled cola or lemonade on my keyboard a little bit. What I do is I use the rubbing alcohol with the water, give it a little bit squeeze. You can hear the squeeze. You see there's a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the blue thing and also to the sides. So then I clean just with the brush and the rubbing alcohol. I clean my keyboard like this. I press it on this side too, so I make sure the sides, because there's always some stickiness underneath those keys. Then you clean it. You brush the side of the connector as well, so it's also clean, just like this with the rubbing alcohol. Just like that. You press it one or two times, make sure it's not sticky anymore. You grab a little bit of cloth and then you wipe it just slightly. Make sure no dirt is left behind, so for the extra I do it like this. This is like some extra. And then I put the key back on and it works properly. If you spill like a lot of stuff on your keyboard, you just unattached all the keys the way I did, or with the key with the little key tool, right? You pull out all the keys, then you grab a wet cloth or wet towel, rinse out all the water of the towel because too much wetness on this keyboard probably will kill the keyboard. It says it water resistant, but if you put it under a crane, water resistant isn't like fully shut down to water, right? There's still components that might leak. So it's water resistant, but therefore don't use too much water. Like put it on or grab a glass of water and just power it over the keyboard. I would not recommend to do that, man. Just make sure the cloth or the towel that you are using is moist. Not like totally wet, you just rinse it first, not above the keyboard of course, but in the sink, and then with the moist towel you just start rubbing really carefully all the parts, all the keys. Maybe you use the same stuff what I just did with one key, you can do it with the brush. Clean up all the keys with the brush with a little bit of rubbing alcohol, all the keys, each one themselves, and then you have a brand new keyboard basically. If you manage to destroy one of the keys, what you do is you pull out the key itself, then with the tool. So if this keyboard would die on me, I would need to buy myself a new tool. I lost the tool. There is a tool attached with the keyboard, so don't worry. I lost my tool. That's just me being stupid. But then you pull out that old key, you took down a new key in there, make sure everything is clean, make sure there is not components left behind from the broken part of the key, so make sure you clean it really good. Make sure you also put in the new key on the good side, so it doesn't make any glitchy things or break down again really fast. So read the instruction manuals carefully, and then you can use your keyboard again. Right now you can see I used the yellow, the blue and the red Colombian flag. I'm from Colombia, so you can use flags as well in your keyboard, really nice. And I upgraded this a little bit. It's readable right now. I did it with some paint and that's it. So I have to paint it by each time. As you can see here, a little bit of a black spot over there, but that is my I make my own touch to this keyboard. I also did it with my headset, the left and the right, so it's good readable right now as well, man. As you can see, it's I did it myself, so like a little bit of upgrading or tuning your car, right? I tuned my keyboard a little bit with a nice color. And I still have the mouse as well. The mouse does maybe look a little bit dirty, and also the pad also looks a little bit dirty, but I'm still having fun with my whole Redragon setup basically. I hope you enjoyed this video. In the last video when I said unboxing this keyboard, I mentioned something about it's a very expensive keyboard compared I little overpaid it because I'm not from America. In the United States you get this keyboard much cheaper than here in Europe, because here in Europe there is a retailers, these retailers, they actually maybe buy in the keyboards cheaper than, like, store owners. They buy in stuff with heaps. They get a little bit of discount on it. But like, I think they actually thought it was top-notch product. In my opinion, Redragon is top-notch product. But if you look to other like Razer and stuff like that, man, I don't know why Redragon isn't in that same area on the same march, because it's good, man. You don't have, like, people pay way too much for keyboards and for mouses these days, man. These keyboards in I think in the States cost like $50, $60 instead of the 100. It gives the same amount of fun to your game as one of these bigger brands, man. Maybe the equipment, the assembling is different, or they try to cut in other things than the other products, so they didn't make a lot of advertising for it, and that therefore it's a little bit cheaper. But these are good equipment. In my opinion, if you don't go too crazy with the equipment, okay, man, there's one thing that is always happening with everybody. I already have this headset for like 3 years, and it finally starts getting go a little bit, after 3 years and expensive wearage, that is normal for these products. I don't know if I can attach. I think you can unattach this part, so it's not like the whole microphone or the speaker. You can just unattach this. It's with one hand. I'm not gonna do it right now, but I believe you can unattach this. You can clean the insides. You can even maybe put it in a washing machine if it's really getting nasty. Man, there's people that have like crazy jobs, man, and they come home and they just start playing immediately, and they forget about the nastiness in their hair still left. So that gets on these pets, right? But these pets, I think you can replace. You can buy new pets for them. So yeah, man. In my opinion, Redragon in the on the larger scale is a good investment. It's not very expensive. It's also not very cheap. It does give like the correct, like the same additions as other products. You can have macro keys. You can the driver install on the mouse. You also can have a driver installed on your headset. I haven't done it because I have here a little device, my own like device that I use for mixing and stuff. So I don't have to really use multiple programs for that. I rather use the M Audio because like I'm more capable working with those than only like an equalizer. But if you want to adjust your sounds because maybe the bass is a little bit too hard or the high sounds are a little bit too soft or something, that this headset, don't get me wrong, this headset is a good headset. It does give the right proportions of sound, bass, medium sounds, high sounds. In the games, I came to a point that I had this extra ability at some point, man, because of this headset. This headset you can hear footsteps so clearly with this headset. It's amazing. It's good. Yes, man. And with all that said, somebody mentioned in my last Redragon video, man, why don't you do an upgrade or an update on how it goes right now? The only thing that I can say about my setup is that I'm really enjoying it. I wish I lived in the States so I could buy a little bit cheaper, but it's still not really a bad product, man, or a mediocre product. I think this is a very nice product. On the long term, yes, this is. I can play with this keyboard for many moons until we don't use keyboards anymore, until we start going to use our hands movement and stuff. I'm gonna keep using this keyboard until it breaks down or until something better is coming on the market or we cannot use the keyboards anymore. Nobody can use keyboards anymore. Until that day, I'm keep using this keyboard, man. I'm really enjoying it, the keyboard. With that said, I hope I enjoyed you enough about cleaning a Redragon mechanical keyboard. Don't power water over it again. It is water resistant, but it isn't like waterproof. It only is resistant, so a little bit of water is no biggie. But like if you're going to make it flat or put it in a fish tank or something, then the keyboard definitely will not survive. That's the only thing that I want to warn you guys for. And for the rest, man, upgrade, make it crazy. Like I did it with the red, like the same as the company's red, right? As you can see here on the mouse mat, and the mouse also having the red stuff on it. Yeah. And then I did it also. Yeah, man, there is many things that you can adjust on the on this. Oh, wait, I forgot to show you this one. Yeah, I did this one too. It's extra, man. It's like an upgrade. I like to do things like that. Hope I showed enough. If you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe maybe if you unsubscribed. If you really love the Redragon, and you want to talk with me about Redragon products and the benefits of them, man, hit me up. Have fun, guys. I see you guys in the next video.